Hello everyone and welcome to the iSpring Solutions webinar. Thank you very much for joining us today as we're going to speak about how to share your content without a learning management system. My name is Paulina, I am a community manager, and I will be the moderator for today's webinar. As a speaker, we have with us our very own Senior Technical Support Engineer, Max. Hi Max, how are you doing?
Hi, Paulina. Doing great. Thanks for asking. Thank you for attending today's webinar.
We would love to hear from you guys, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, don't hesitate to submit them in the question box, which should be on the right side of your GoToWebinar panel. And before we start our webinar, let me please really quickly launch a poll question. And we would like to know, how do you guys share your content? And if you could take a moment and quickly vote what you usually do, this will be wonderful, and this will help us a lot and provide us very valuable feedback. And I promise after this poll question I will pass the mic over to Max so that he can tell you everything about the topic. All right, so far it looks like the majority of today's attendees are uploading their content to a website. Max, can you see the reporting
Yes,
for this poll?
I can see the poll results, and so right now I'm certain that today's webinar would be helpful for you guys, especially considering this fact. Thank you so much for sharing your feedback.
Yeah. All right. So it looks like almost everybody has taken the vote. So I'm going to close the poll right now. And Max, it's your turn.
Thank you, Paulina. Hi, everyone. I appreciate that you found time to attend today's webinar, and I hope that the information which we are going to discuss today will be useful for you. And today I will be more than happy to talk with you on the topic of how you can share your courses and tests without a learning management system. Most of our users and e-learners share their content through the websites, through emails. They also share it as a physical devices, like using flash drives and hard disk drives. But what if we discuss the way to do that beautifully? Some of you might have checked IceCreamClouds, our cloud service already, and some of you have just registered a trial account and didn't have much time to explore all of the features available on iSpring And that's why I'm happy that you're here with us today, and I will be happy to show you what iSpring is about and what we can do with the usage of this service. So why should you use iSpring? There are many cases when you don't need to take a lot of tracking results, when you don't need a lot of statistics, and for example, sharing the courses via websites doesn't give you too much information about the learners. Your main aim, your main objective is to deliver rich media content to people, no matter if they're prospects, customers, or just the learners. And so here comes iSpring. Like YouTube is a video hosting where you can easily share the video files and make them accessible for people. iSpring is a web-based solution which was created by our engineers, and this is a website where you can host your courses, quizzes, a lot of different files, and distribute them to be seen by a vast audience without even needing to log in. Why iSpring is special and what makes it special? First of all, it's a perfect integration with iSpring desktop tools, and I believe that many of you guys have already tried iSpring authoring tools, and it's really easy to share the contents from the creation stage to the delivery stage with our cloud hosting. It's easy to upload and share the files via web interface as well, and iSpring supports a lot of different file types. Sharing is easy and it's not just words. With iSpring you can get a short link. It will be easy to distribute, and for example, if you want to send your course via email, it's much easier for the learners to get a link to open the content and to watch it instead of downloading the whole zip package with the course and checking it out later. It's also possible to send an email invitation automatically out of iSpring to share it with Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, and to get an embed code, which will be really useful for you, especially if you don't administrate your website on your own and use some content management systems. There are many cases when the only way to embed the contents on the website is to use embed code. And by uploading your course or your documents, just whatever supported on iSpring you can get a ready-to-go embed code and take the advantage of that. Using these ways, you don't need to think a lot about distribution. You just do a couple of clicks and here it is. The content is delivered to the learners and you get statistics. You can see who opened that and who never opened that. And this is one more advantage, and I'm going to cover it a little deeper later on during this webinar. There are different types of people who can use iSpring for fulfilling their purposes. For example, for PR and marketing managers, it's really easy to get an instrument which will allow them to share the content right away, which will give them feedback, because by opening the content with the use of iSpring people get statistics on views, people can see what sources like direct link or email invitation worked better for them to reach people whom they were aiming to get this content. It will be also useful for teachers and bloggers. iSpring is a company where we try to make e-learning really easy, and I personally don't feel like teacher should concentrate on technical part of distribution. When you have a tool which allows you to do a couple of clicks and to get a ready-to-go code, it's much easier to concentrate on the learning itself, on the learning strategy, instead of concentrating on the way to implement that technically. And just for anyone who would like to share files with a large audience on the internet, it will be an easy tool which would allow you to take the benefit, to save the time, and to satisfy your needs, basically to distribute the contents. Here I also want to mention the case which we recently had with one of the universities, and so they were just starting to build up the structure of e-learning in their organization. And so instead of taking a look at any LMS, their first decision was to distribute the content via iSpring. They created an account. We also built up a custom application for them. And so right now, their learners are happy because they have a lot of different courses and they receive the knowledge just on the right way. They can use mobile devices, they can use computers, just everything, and in a couple of clicks. And I believe that it's a right time to switch from PowerPoint to actual iSpring Cloud interface. And that's how iSpring Cloud trial account looks like. What can you actually upload to our cloud hosting? There is a lot of different supported content types. We have it all covered within our knowledge base. And instead of reading all of them, you can use anything you created with iSpring desktop tools and it will have perfect compatibility. You can use PowerPoint presentations, and here is one more interesting fact. It's not just a regular PowerPoint presentation. Our platform takes an advantage with iSpring conversion technology. So when you upload PowerPoint's file, it's being converted on the server side, and after it's processed, it has perfect vision, all of the effects are saved, and you don't need to worry about quality. So basically, you get ready-to-go presentation to show through internet, and that's what makes it different from regular file sharing services. Besides, you can use a lot of different video file types, audios, images, text and reference documents, Excel spreadsheets. You can also use archives and flash clips, and it's also useful for people who share the content that they can get actual reporting on the number of views. I would cover tracking possibilities a little bit later, and right now, let me show you what is different with iSpring or comparing it to any LMS and especially iSpring Learn LMS. While LMS is a solution which is designed for online education, and so I can see that a lot of you guys use learning management systems, and so you already know that learning management systems allow you to uh, get complete tracking, to get reporting, and um, to create login details for their users. Basically, the users have accounts within LMS. They access the course which you assign to them. They get the certificates. And that's the biggest difference. There are cases when you don't need to make it complicated, and then you need to just make it simple. Especially for business and marketing purposes, iSpring would work best because sharing the presentations about your products or with your clients or prospects or partners is really easy over here. Could you imagine the situation when your client needs to log in order to view the promotion of your products? That doesn't make sense, and that's why it's better to use some cloud hosting in this case. Switching back to iSpring and to its possibilities. Let me show you how it works. As I mentioned already, here you can see it, regular trial accounts, and to upload PowerPoints or any other file, you just need to hit Uploads. Let me quickly find some presentation, for example, iSpring LMS, and web interface. Take some time to upload the file. After that, you would see processing status, and after the presentation is converted to HTML5, you would be able to launch it, to share it, and that won't be difficult at all. If you're using an iSpring authoring tool, no matter if it's Quizmaker, Suite, Presenter, or any other tool from our product line, you can go ahead, simply hit Publish, and switch to iSpring Cloud tab, adjust your accounts, and publish from PowerPoint to iSpring right away. As the trial version has a little restrictions on the number of files hosted, it's 5. Let me get rid of one of the files really quick. And here we are, and we are ready to publish the file to our iSpring Cloud account. What makes it simpler for you guys is that if you publish from the product, you don't have to first convert it to HTML5 and then to upload it to platform. It's all done in the air. The conversion process and the upload process, they're compiled together, and here is Manage Content button. You just need to hit it, and here it is. The presentation will be opened within your account. To make it a little easier to understand how you can share the course, let's just go ahead and share one. All you need is to hit Share button, and the menu will be opened immediately. You can do short link, and this link looks beautifully. It doesn't confuse your learners or the people with whom you need to share the presentation, and you can easily embed it into your personal email or just put it somewhere on the social network. However, we also have built-in integration with Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. We have email or send to email option available, and you can customize the message for people who are going to watch the content and enter several email addresses at once. And what makes it different with public link and with email, you would get different reporting, and you would see how many people opened the presentation from email invitation and who opened it from direct link, how embed code works for you. In embed code, you also have a possibility to choose whether you want to embed it to your website as an iframe or if you want to use JavaScript code to make it work. And it's also possible to automatically start playing embedded content. Here it is, the nice code. You don't need to take a long time uploading the course and making it work on your website. You just Control-C, copy and paste this code, and it works. One more cool feature which allows you to be sure that nobody is going to use these codes on some bad purposes is the list of trusted domains. You can set up restrictions and make sure that your course will be opened only on the websites you listed within the settings. Otherwise, people would just get an error message which would tell them that it's impossible to launch the content on this website because content owner restricted that. And we also have content protection tab in sharing options, and it allows you to set up a password. You just set the password, and people would need to know this password in order to get access to content. You can turn off sharing, and it will remove the button share from the content. People who will be watching this content won't be able to get that short link. And you can also adjust downloading. It won't work for created with iSpring files, but if you're uploading some Word or PDF documents and so on, you can disable downloading and it won't be possible to download the files at all. So it's all customizable, and our e-learning architects, our developers who work on these products, they were doing their best to make sure that it absolutely fits your needs and that it's easy to use that. And there is a slight difference between pro accounts and business accounts, to tell the truth. And this difference is just about the concept that you're using to share the files. If you need to just share the files, pro account would meet your needs. And if you need to get more tracking, if you're looking for collaboration, it will be easier to use business accounts of IceCreamClouds. And let me show you how business account can work for you. As I mentioned already, collaboration purposes would work perfectly if you use business version of IceCreamClouds. And guys, if you don't mind, we would really appreciate if you take time to answer our poll, because we're really striving to get the feedback. And if you could let us know how do you collaborate right now, that would be very helpful.
Can I launch the poll question? Oh, okay.
I just did it.
Thanks.
Let me also mention that anytime you come up with the question, please feel free to use our question or chat box, and we'll be having question and answer session pretty soon. I would be happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you. I really appreciate your activity, guys, and it's amazing to see your interest. And since almost everybody has voted, let me close the poll and go on with the webinar. So I can see that most people prefer shared folders, and it's just a split for Google Disk and other cloud storages and sending content via email. And so I believe that one of the options for you to review and to just look as an opportunity in the future will be to use our cloud business version, because here we have people section available and we have tracking. And if you need to work on the content together with your team, to share the folders, to share the files together with your team, it will be easy to do that with our most advanced version of this cloud service. Here's just a simple example. It's our real account, and so many of our customer care managers and other parts of iSpring team use it. And you can see that it's easy to create a user within your account, while Pro version allows you to have just one user for the whole account of iSpring You can set up different types of roles. It can be account owner, administrator, just a user, and basically it makes cloud works just the same, but with the possibility to share the content to some chosen people. For example, let me select the one of the webinar recordings, and so in permissions, you can just add permissions for the whole group or organization, or select some defined users, like let's select Valerie, and you can also grant permission as a viewer and as editor. Sometimes it saves you a lot of time, and especially if you're doing a lot of marketing job, and it will be valuable addition to the opportunities you have right now with your current services. Uh, One more difference we will be reviewing a bit later is the restrictions of file number. It goes to unlimited storage with business version. You can upload as many files as you want to, and there is a small limit, 50 files per account for a Pro version. And from our customers' experience, it allows you to share the courses beautifully, and it's more than enough, especially for small companies or middle companies. Um, what is most exciting about business accounts is tracking, and let me show you why. Here you have detailed statistics for the content, and you can actually track that. For example, here is one of the presentations. You can see the traffic source which the learner came from. And in our case, it will be direct link. And you can see the statistics. So every single slide you have within your PowerPoint presentation, you can see how many people were unique visitors, who of them watched the slide, how many time they spent on watching that slide. And the percentage of completion will be shown as well. You can also play around with different time periods, and it's possible to choose just a couple of days and all-time statistics, which makes it useful. Besides of that, in tracking, you also have email tracking option. And any email invitation you have ever used within your IceCreamCloud account will actually show you which activity the person took. For example, you can launch the report and you will be able to see the time and date of opening the file, how many slides were viewed, and so then just in one click you will be able to launch detailed report on that. That was a sample presentation, and that's why it's only one slide over here, but I'm pretty sure that many of you have a view of tracking the learner's interest for your content. And even when it comes to simple marketing, which obviously can be simple, it's important to know what caught the interest of the people engaged in the activity and what wasn't that good for them in order to evolve, to develop, and to create better learning materials for that marketing purposes. And so the difference is pretty much about tracking, about people, and about the number of slides and files allowed. I also need to mention that we recently did an upgrade, and earlier it was possible to keep up to 1 gigabyte per file within IceCreamClouds. Right now it allows you to upload up to 4 gigabytes, and the limitations on direct upload from the product are also evolved, and so it's 2 gigabytes right now. One more difference is that with Pro account, you have pro.iceprintcloud.com URL. And so in business account, you can easily select any free account URL, which will make the website you're referring to look better. It will be more branded. And other settings are pretty simple. You can use a photo for your profile, change the password, and we also have billing section where you will be able to track all of the info about your current pricing plan. And I believe that it's high time to switch to pricing. And I think that many of you will be interested in learning how much is that. So let me open the, sorry, it was support center. Let me open iSpring Cloud pricing page on our website. It has the actual information. And we will be able to compare the opportunities once again. So iSpring Pro, our version of iSpring Cloud, will cost you $27 per month, making you save a lot if you purchase it as an annual subscription. For annual subscriptions, we basically offer you to pay for 10 months, and 2 months are coming as a gift from our team. And for business accounts, it will be a bit more expensive, and the payment will be per user. So for example, if you just need to have unlimited files, if you don't strive to get collaboration opportunities, business account can still fit to your needs, because you will be paying for just one publisher, and that's how it works. So right here, I believe that it's pretty much all the information I wanted to share with you. I appreciate your interest, and it was really enjoyable experience for me to share what I know about iSpring Cloud right here. And so I will be happy to answer any questions you may have come up with during the webinar.
Thank you very much, Max, for sharing. I think you did a very good job. And we do have a question from John. When sharing content via email, do you have to enter emails individually, or is there a capability to enter a group of emails or an email list, as one can do with, for example, Microsoft Outlook?
Thank you so much for asking, John. It's a really good question, and it's easy to enter the whole list. All you need to do is to separate the addresses with a comma. And one more benefit of this approach will be that, let me just use some random one. It will be the email campaign. So basically, you'll be able to track that in business version as an email campaign, and so when you invite groups of people separately, you will be able to see which campaign was more successful and so on.
Thank you. And another question is from Tracy. Can graded quizzes be tracked with iSpring Cloud? Can teacher view the score of individual students and track their scores?
Thank you for question. The thing is that iSpring Clouds doesn't have SCORM compatibility, and it doesn't support XAPI. So basically, e-learning standards required to track the completion and the progress of the learner during the quiz won't be available, since the platform doesn't work with that. However, with iSpring QuizMaker, you can set up send results to email, and so that would allow you to gather detailed reports even if content is within iSpring Cloud.
Thank you. And the next question is from Gary. If you use the Learn LMS platform, are you also required to purchase iSpring Cloud? We built courses for our customers. Would they be required to purchase Learn LMS as well as iSpring Cloud?
No, it's two separate platforms and it's just up to you. So if you want to get the service which will allow you to quickly share the files and to let learners watch them without logging in, then iSpring Cloud might be a solution to you and it will work beautifully. But if you need to track the learners' activities and to track their results, then iSpring Learn would give you much better opportunities. You will be able to launch detailed reports and you will be able to see their results right within the platform.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And another question is from David. Tracking with business account is done by email, and if by email, does that mean a person logs in using their email address?
No, the thing is that when you send the link invitation, so for example, if you just hit share and you use email invitation, then you will be able to get the list of those emails and the link sent, it won't be just a short link, it will be a special link and the system will understand that the person you invited to open this file opened it. So here we also have notify me when the content is viewed. And there won't be any need to log into the system. From the learner's perspective, it will be just one click. And I also forgot to mention, sorry about that guys, IceCreamClouds is absolutely mobile-ready platform. So you don't need to worry about people opening the invitations or using public links from mobile devices. Even if you upload just a PowerPoint presentation, it will beautifully work on any mobile device.
Very nice comment, Max. And let's move on to the next question from David. What about security? How does iSpring protect my files from being corrupted?
We have really secure servers, and so our engineers work a lot to prevent that. And moreover, when you share the presentation, because mostly our accent is presentations, people don't get access to original file. So they watch the converted version, and so they don't have a capability to download a PowerPoint file and anyhow change it and use it for their purposes. As I already mentioned, you can use password protection, which will allow you to make sure that people enter the password and only then get access to the content. And we also recently did an improvement. Uh, for example, if you share a direct link and somebody opens it, he previously was able to copy the whole link, and right now you need to get the original one in order to share the content. So what I mean is that if sharing is off, it will be actually off. And so we have a really careful approach to the security issues in every our products. We never had any reports from our customers, so let me kindly assure you that it's a secure platform.
Thank you very much. And let's get back to the tracking question from David. There is still misunderstanding how it tracks. If not by email, is it tracking by URL?
Pretty much. So when you use email invitation, it won't be a short link to invite the learner. The link will be special and it will have some token within the link. And basically, the learner would need to click the link and the system will understand that he opened it. So it's all about the structure of the link. And so I will be actually happy to include the example for you, David, or probably after webinar if you don't mind that. of how that works, we can actually send the email invitation to your email right away so that you can see the structure of the link as well.
Mm-hmm. Yes, please let us know how you would like us to proceed with that. And we also have a question about iSpring Learn LMS from Gary. What is the pricing for Learn LMS?
iSpring Learn will cost differently, and so IceCreamClouds is cheaper solution, but it's a huge difference in terms of uh, price and understanding.
Right.
So you don't have to pay for users who open the courses with iSpring and with iSpring Learn, you pay per number of active users. All of the pricing plans listed here are discussable with our customer care managers. For example, if you need 1,000 active users, we can also do that for you. The concept over here is that the longer the time you purchase iSpring Learn LMS for and the more users you're planning to have, the cheaper it's going to be for you per user. And so I also want to note that with iSpring Learn, you don't pay for the number of users registered. For example, just a quick example of that, you can have 1,000 registered users within your account, but none of them use iSpring Learn for a while. And this way, we don't make you pay for those who never opened any course or who was inactive for this billing period. So that's how it works. And if you are interested in iSpring Learn, I'm quite sure that we are going to have a webinar regarding this LMS, and we also have recordings. We'll be happy to reach you after this webinar and provide you with the most actual for you information regarding that.
Mm-hmm. And what can you say about the responsiveness of iSpring Learn LMS? Is it as responsive as iSpring Cloud?
Yes, it's also responsive and it's also mobile ready. So the design of our authoring tools and of our platforms promotes mobile learning as well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And can you set administrator rights by organizational structure within iSpring Learn LMS?
Yes, sure. There are different kinds of rights for iSpring Learn users, and it can be a learner, it can be administrator, it can be organization administrator. Like in IceCreamCloud, there is also an owner of accounts who basically take charge of billing and things like that. And so the roles in iSpring LMS are really different. They're customizable, and we are working to make it even easier for people to adjust the roles.
Mm-hmm. And is it possible to set up different folders inside iSpring Cloud?
Yes, just like you can see it right here, you're always able to create a new folder and just to make your content not spread. You know, it's always hard to keep everything in one folder and to search for that. And that's where you can manage folders. You can also use search feature, and it will automatically look for the name of the file you're trying to find. And same works with people section, both in iSpring Cloud and iSpring Learn.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And another question. I currently have Pro account. If I convert to business, does my content move over or do I need to republish it all?
Uh, I'm sure that we will be able to keep that for you because you have view statistics, you spend time on distributing them, and I can understand how hard would it be to make it work from the scratch again. Everything will be kept, and you'll just get a different plan, more opportunities, and more possibilities.
Thank you. And another question is from Josh. Is it possible to use the conversion feature or the whole iSpring Cloud as a white label solution for our clients?
I'm not sure if I actually understood this question. So, could you please clarify what do you mean on the white label solution? Do you mean the whole cloud as a white label
Mm-hmm.
account so that you can
Yes.
share?
So that it will be like
Oh,
differently branded.
I see. Yes, it's definitely possible to do that, and we're open for such customization. You can discuss them with me or send the email to our custom.projects at iSpringSolutions.com email address, and we would be happy to provide you with free estimation of how much is it going to cost and to discuss all of the details. And I really appreciate this question because it also let me think of the customization we recently did. I started to mention
Mm-hmm.
that and then my mind just flown. So um, we also have mobile applications which are available for free with iSpring, and they're available for both App Store and Google Play, well, most of them.
Mm-hmm.
And we have iSpring Play, which allows you to save presentations on iPad, iPhone, or Android devices for offline watching. It's also customizable. Please note that it works only if you work with pair of authoring tools in iSpring. And it's a free app which we have on the Apple Store and in Google Play, which allows you to keep the courses. And when I mentioned the university example, they actually offered not, they actually uh, uh, were using not just a business iSpring Cloud accounts, but we did a white labeling project for iSpring Play app, and it's listed within App Store like their very own app. It has custom design, and so the connection of the courses is also changed. So regularly when you publish from our authoring tools, it leads you to iSpring Play, but for their project, we make it lead to their own application. And so this one will be really useful for your learners who are using mobile devices. And we also have iSpring Cloud app, which is also free on the App Store. And it allows you to manage the folders, to manage the content you have in iSpring Clouds. And it's also absolutely free. So our approach to that is to make customers satisfied, and that's why we are really open to any projects you want us to make work with you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for covering that, Max. And we actually have a question related to that. In the iSpring Play app, it loads the content onto the user's phone or computer. Then the content can be distributed to others. Is that correct?
It won't be possible to distribute content to others. So basically, what is happening is uh, you use iSpring Suite, for example, and you publish the content directly to your iSpring Cloud accounts, and you also select Use iSpring Play feature. After that, the course is starting to have a connection to our free mobile app. You can go to repository, choose that course, just any of them, and share the link. Just share this short link. After that, I can open it from mobile device, iPad, iPhone, it doesn't matter. And I would be offered to go on watching the course within browser or to switch to mobile application.
Mm-hmm.
And the mobile application allows you to cache the whole course. It will work beautifully. There won't be any troubles with watching that, even when you have no internet connection. And you can as well don't cache that, but just leave it as a link within your library and quickly open that with the use of internet later on. However, there are no sharing opportunities and people can just send it from one device to another one.
So this is basically for the end user convenience.
Yes, exactly, Paulina, you're absolutely right.
Okay, thank you very much. And going back to iSpring Learn and Cloud branding, Can we brand the LMS or cloud service with our client's logos and colors or our company's logo and color?
Sure, you can definitely do that. And if you don't mind, I would just get back to you with more details to discuss that.
Mhm.
But to give an idea for every attendee, iSpring Learn LMS itself has basic opportunities for branding. For example, you can set up the colors to be used within the account. You can go ahead and change the logo, and you can select the custom URL. And if you want it to look like it's not iSpring, for example, we have iSpringLearn.com URL for iSpring Learn accounts. You can set up domain alias and use whatever website name which you have purchased. You can as well set up SSO. So for huge companies, just for any companies, if branding question is important, we can provide them with such solution. And it goes for mobile apps, it goes for accounts, just everything.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Here is just a quick example of how it looks within iSpring Learn. You can select the account logo, you can choose different color schemes, set up favicon for the website so that it looks exactly like you want it to look. And so if you need white branding, if you need all of the links to be removed, it's also possible by custom projects, and we're happy to discuss how that should work for you.
Mm-hmm. And while we still have some time left, let's quickly go back to the mobile applications. Um, if you choose for user to have the option to access scores via iSpring Play, does that track user scoring? Does it
That
eliminate user from access on a PC, on a computer?
it It doesn't eliminate user from access on the PC, and so this link will be accessible from any device. But here is one little thing. Initially, iSpringClouds tracking opportunities are limited because it is a different kind of platform. It doesn't have any SCORM availability within, and that's why tracking the results like in LMS won't be that easy. Moreover, if learners work with offline connection, it simply won't be possible for the platform to track that. However, if you set up sending email or results to your email address, it will work when the user have the connection. And iSpring Play is also XAPI compatible, which allows you to uh, publish the courses in XAPI, for example, to your websites and to get actual results even from application. So I just hope that I was able to cover this slight difference between LMS and cloud hosting.
Mm-hmm. So basically, iSpring Cloud, well, if we put it simply, it's for sharing, and then iSpring Learn LMS is for actually organizing the learning process. So it gives you more opportunities in terms of tracking learners' results.
Yes, exactly. And iSpring Learn would work perfectly in case when you need to create a learning class and to assign the courses on people, while iSpring Clouds would work perfectly for you if you just need to share the content to make sure that you have delivered the content to the people. That's how it works.
Right. And let's move on to the last question. It looks like it. Can you use the iSpring Play app if you also use the password protection?
Yes, sure, it's absolutely compatible, and all people would need to do is to enter the password. So all of the features we have available for desktop websites would be available on mobile devices when you use iSpring Clouds.
All right. Thank you very much, Max. And it looks like
Um,
we don't have any other questions at this point. So I think we've
Paulina,
already, yeah. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
let me just quickly add one thing. I just thought about
Sure.
that. Uh, it seems that some of you guys or some of our valued webinar attendees are looking for the solution which will help them to create their learning process. And I would be happy to discuss your personal case with you after this webinar, and so we can easily get in touch regarding that. So what I mean, if you could tell me more about how do you want to build up the learning process for your use case, I would be able to give you the thorough information on what would work best for you. Would you be able to do that with IceCreamClouds, or does it make more sense to look at iSpring Learn?
Hmm.
So let's just keep in touch, and it's possible to get a personal approach for each of your cases. I would be happy to assist you with that.
Yeah, actually, thank you very much for mentioning that. And if anybody of you guys are interested, you're more than welcome to submit your email address, and we will be able to get back to you after the webinar. All right. And I would also like to invite all of you guys to our next week's webinar because it will be a very interesting topic. We are releasing um, a new version of iSpring. It's 8.7, and we will be covering all new features that are going to be included. And we will be sending the invite tomorrow and next week as well. So we'll be happy to see you at this webinar. Okay, so thanks again, Max, for providing this very valuable information for our today's attendees. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you guys appreciate it as well. And I hope that you guys
Thank
have
you
a
so much.
wonderful day.
Yes, I really appreciate your interest. Thank you for finding time to join us, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.